talk bacon grease, you can talk geese. You can talk about the way things used to be. And if you get lucky, you might even talk to Freddie. Talk Congress, crime and cruise ships, celibacy, entertainment districts. Talk politics, just leave his mama out of this.
You leave my mama out of this.
It's crushing Ronald Reagan. And don't y'all forget to pray. A celebrity Bible verse to start your day.
Lord have mercy. Read your Bible.
Giant moon pies and ugly ties and ill-named football bowls. Be sure you end your call with Roll Tide Roll. You can talk bacon grease, you can talk geese. You can talk about the way things ought to be. And if you get lucky, you might even talk to Freddie. Talk Congress, crime and cruise ships, celibacy, entertainment districts. Talk politics, just leave his mama out of this.
Mama out of this. It's horrible.
Let's talk about the Constitution.
I'm uncomfortable being called baby.
Just don't talk about prostitution or sex.
Cut.
Come ride a little train going down the track at the junction. Woo, woo! Pinnacle Junction. There's old Uncle Joe moving kind of slow at the junction. Woo, woo! Pinnacle Junction. I will return.
etc.
Crews are doing construction on I-10 westbound. Left lane is blocked between Grand Bay-Wilmer Road and the Alabama-Mississippi state line. At the Cochrane Bridge on eastbound Highway 90 from 165 to I-10, it's a 15-minute drive. It's also getting slow as you make your way on the Foley Beach Express from Highway 59 to Canal Road, 27-minute drive.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
The Uncle Henry Show, weekday afternoons from 5 till 7.
Okay, here we go. Hello, you on there? Hello? Hello, you on there?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, you on there? Hello? Hello, you there? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Wonderful town, wonderful people, places to go, things to see. My love is Mobile, that's my wonderful town. Beautiful homes, schools and churches, entertainment, places to shop. My heart's in Mobile, that's my wonderful town. Mobile, the center of transportation, business and industry set the pace. Mobile's got the Junior Miss celebration, home of Mardi Gras and Senior Bowl game.
Mobile is great to live in and work in.
The climate's ideal for progress you see. My love is Mobile, that's my wonderful town.
Roll Tide Roll, Uncle Henry.
This is the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you listening to this show. I really do. And once again, here we are together. You and me, just the two of us here. Trying to figure out what is going on. What is going on? What is it? What is wrong with people these days? What's gotten into them? Telephone number if you'd like to call the show, if you want to be a part of the program, 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. That's unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. What a beautiful Friday. Happy Friday to you, and what a beautiful, beautiful Friday it has been. All that abundant sunshine and all the wonderful pollen just all over everything. Just wonderful pollen everywhere. What an outstanding Friday it is and will continue to be. Now, we've got a lot to get into on the Uncle Henry Show, numerous things to get to. I've got numerous voicemails from listeners. I've got news items to share with you. Email. Yes, the old-fashioned electronic mail messages have come in. Got all kind of stuff to share with you. And, of course, your phone calls if you choose to join. Let me start just on a basic topic because today is Friday. This call mentions the calendar.
Roll Tide, Uncle. Another beautiful day out here on the front porch in West Loxley. Eagerly anticipating the show here in the next, about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Hey, it come to my attention, I noticed something on the calendar today. 2 months in a row, Friday the 13th.
Yes.
Wonder how long it's been since that last occurred.
I think 2015-ish.
Actually, kind of what made me think about it, I saw Leanna and her husband, she had some pictures posted on the Facebook, and then I thought, it's Friday the 13th. I bet she's just as happy as a pig in slop. Especially 2 months in a row of it. What say you, buddy?
68-year-old Chris of West Loxley, thank you very much for your voicemail message to the Uncle Henry Show about Friday the 13th and how we've had 2 months in a row with the Friday the 13th in it. I think the next time is going to be sometime in the 2037 or something like that. And we've got another Friday the 13th coming up in November. So a year of three Friday the 13th. Now, you talked about former employee Leanna, and she's very devil-oriented. So, she likes this. This is Friday the 13th is a day that is it's a happy day for weirdos. It really is. If you're a weirdo, what a day for you. Isn't it a wonderful day for you? And it's also a tragic day for the superstitious people, the weak-minded people. It's a sad day for them. So it's Friday the 13th, it's got a lot of angles to it, doesn't it? It really does. But if you're one of those folks that gets worried about it, crack open the old Bible. Yeah, why don't you do that? Just when you feel worried about it, just crack open the Bible and start consuming some scripture, and that should drive the fear of Friday the 13th out of your weak mind. 251-479-2723, the telephone number. Hello, caller.
Yes, sir. Am I on the air?
You are on the air.
Okay. Well, this is Little Bill. I just wanted to let you and your audience know that the Iditarod sled dog race is going on right now in Alaska. They can tune into it on their computer at iditarod.com. Jesse Holmes of Odenville, Alabama, is in the lead. He's gone about 500 miles, and he's the defending champion. He won last year. And it seems no one in Alabama knows about this.
You're right. I didn't know about this. And you're Little Bill?
Yes, sir.
Little Bill, thank you so much for telling us about this. I had no idea that there was an Alabamian is a champion up there in the snow with them dogs.
Oh, it's been great. One of the mushers got challenged by a buffalo.
Wow, okay.
And she had to run it off with she's a Native American, and she ran it off with incantations from her grandmother.
Okay. Well, of course. Yes. Okay.
But Jesse Holmes is a champion, and he's bearing down. He's got about 500 miles to go to get to Nome, Alaska. This commemorates the serum run, I think in 1925, when they had to get diphtheria serum up to the dying children in Nome, Alaska, and that was the only way to do it, was to mush with the dog sleds.
Well, Little Bill, this is almost like Wikipedia calling the show. This is outstanding.
Well, I've been listening for years, Uncle Henry. I hadn't called lately, but
Well, I really do appreciate that. And what? Now you got me going. Where I'm going to look at this weekend. I can't wait.
yeah, just iditarod.com. They've got videos. They've got the race rundown, who's ahead, and all of that. And but Jesse's dealing with a young lady named Paige Drobny. She's about 2 hours behind him, but I don't think Jesse's going to be beat this year.
Okay, well, I hope so. I'm already rooting for him.
Okay.
All right, well, hey, Little Bill, thank you so much for your phone call.
Well, you're quite welcome, Uncle Henry. You have a good day.
You too. You have a good day, a good weekend. How about that? Alabamian, defending champion of the Iditarod. I wonder what PETA thinks. Do you think the people for the ethical treatment of animals approve of using dogs to have this kind of a competition? They probably wouldn't mind if you're delivering serum for diphtheria.
Seeing heavy congestion west on I-10 between McDonald Road and March Road. We've got about 2 crashes in the area. It's also very slow on your way toward the tunnel in Mobile on I-10 East. Delays are backed up almost to South Broad. And also watch for a crash on Highway 98 approaching Highway 90. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
Hey, YouTube viewers, let me activate the YouTube here on the desktop computer and see if there's anybody watching. I feel like there probably is. Excuse me. Let me see. And yes, we do. We've got a good group of people for a Friday evening when people are distracted. They've gotten off work. It's wonderful to have you there. Thank you for watching 68-year-old Chris of West Loxley. Ben Griffin, youngest viewer of the Uncle Henry Show on YouTube. Chuck, bringing his common sense. Thank you, Chuck. Yeah, I always feel more comfortable knowing that someone of your common sense is in the chat to maybe make comments for the other people that are nuts. Pat Nelly, or someone claiming to be him online. Nice to see Pat. Bama Big Man, Roll Tide Roll. Spencer Smith, the very aggressive, muscular drummer. Excalibur One Force. Norman Richardson. Thank you all for looking in on the program. Now, let's see. What can I tell you? What can I tell you about? Well, I'll tell you. I don't know if it'll make for a good show or a bad show, but I've had insomnia this week. I have never in my life had insomnia. Working years in morning radio, having to get up at like 3 in the morning, I developed the ability to fall. I could take a nap any time of a 24-hour period. If you said, hey, you got some time to go get some sleep, and I could go almost on any flat surface, as long as it wasn't like a grill or a griddle, I could just lay down on any flat surface and fall asleep. And I had zero trouble falling asleep for decades. And I don't know what happened. This started about a week ago, right as we were flipping forward on the clock. Now I cannot sleep past 2:30 or 3. I'm wide awake. I wake up and I am wide awake. And so if I lose my train of thought, which I did a couple of times already in the first segment of the show, that's why I'm not on drugs unless they're prescribed by my doctors. I'm not on drugs. I'm not boozing it up. It's just some kind of a sleep deprivation thing. And some of this weekend, I'm going to be Pat Nelly, you hadn't slept either from your tee shot. Well, I'm going to be researching every type of over-the-counter remedy for this because it is not fun. I feel good when I wake up at 2:30 or 3, but then about the time I get to work, I feel like I need to lay down. All right. So anyway, there's your disclaimer. KP of shirtbutter.com is back. Thank you, KP. Now, let's see. Going to be back on the radio here in about 45 seconds with more Uncle Henry Show. Now, Pat Nelly, congratulations on your tee shot. Let me know if you're able to bench press more, all that kind of stuff. Let me know. All right, back on to the AM radio.
You install and you save big on custom blinds. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show proceeding forward on this fine Friday. News headlines are coming up in 10 minutes, so if you want to get some news, just endure this segment of the show. Telephone number 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Hello, caller.
Good evening, Uncle Henry.
Bert, you are live on the radio.
Uncle Henry, I love the story about the buffalo being driven away by a Native American incantation.
Yes.
I say whatever works.
Well, look, we live in civilization, I guess it's partially civilized where we live down here, but there are many parts of the world that ain't got no civilization. So if you need to use an incantation, I guess you need to use one.
Whatever works. Well, Uncle Henry, here we are in the middle of another shutdown.
Yep.
And the people that are feeling it are the ones that need to board a plane to get to somewhere.
Right.
And the TSA agents, instead of being on the job, are having to drive DoorDash or Uber or something to get a paycheck because they're not getting paid thanks to this shutdown. And, Uncle Henry, I guarantee you, these Democrat senators that are doing this to us are not feeling this. Because with all their bribes and insider trading and all the money they make on the side, they can afford to charter a plane to go anywhere they go, anywhere they need to go, if they don't already own a private jet. So here we are in the middle of this same BS all over again. And I'll never forget these people laughing at the needy families that were being deprived of their food stamps, saying, well, that's our leverage. These are the very people they claim to represent, Uncle Henry.
It is.
They were laughing at.
You know, I mentioned this on the show sometime in the last week or so that I don't know if it's more corrupt. It seems more corrupt than ever before, almost like peak corruption up there among the people in the Senate, especially. But then again, I don't know. Maybe we're just more aware of it than we used to be. Maybe they're not as good at hiding it now as they used to be. But it just. You're right. They go up there and suddenly they become millionaires. It's not what the founders envisioned, that's for sure.
Well, Uncle Henry, it's telling that they haven't yet passed, that all of them ought to vote to pass, the ban on insider trading by congressmen. Because they know exactly what kind of legislation they're fixing to pass that's going to affect the stocks that they're buying.
Well, if they passed that legislation, it would be harder to become a millionaire when you're up there.
Exactly. Well, thank you for taking my call, Uncle Henry.
Bert, thank you for offering an opinion that I can agree with wholeheartedly. There he goes, Bert. 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. And, yeah, funding of Homeland Security. I do believe we've had some attempted terror attacks. We've had actual terror attacks. I saw at least one Democrat today claim that they were, even though they voted, they wanted the shutdown originally. Now they said they'd change a vote because of all these things going on. But whenever there's a government shutdown and people are not paid, like TSA, and they have to go out and DoorDash to feed their family, there ought to be some way that whatever political party is behind the shutdown has to compensate these people. These political parties have plenty of money. Make the political party behind it compensate these people that have had their lives messed up because somebody's playing politics with their job. 251-479-2723, the telephone number. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. That's unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. Now, let's see. I do have a voicemail I can share with you that, and I'm going to warn you, the language is very, it is I think, terrible language in this voicemail. But this is about the buses. You remember earlier this week we got the word that the people handling the bus system in Mobile now, VIA, they're looking to rebrand and they're looking to change the way the buses operate, public transportation operates in Mobile. And there's one listener that is very, very against that company, VIA, and hates that they're changing the wave transit.
Get rid of that VIA messing up that wave transit system. Get rid of their ass.
Bad language.
To the 3 city council, District 1, 2, and 3, don't let that VIA mess up that organization. Don't believe that stuff they're telling y'all, man. Get rid of their ass. I'm glad y'all didn't
The language, come on.
let them get a 5-year contract. I'm glad of that. Get rid of their ass while you got a chance.
Please, with the language. Look, I don't mind when you call in and disagree with me or disagree, but do you have to throw in the A word?
The wave is fine, and they're going to start a company that's 90% black employees. They're going to mess it up. They need to take their ass on somewhere else.
Here we go. The language.
Don't y'all extend their contract after these damn 3 years. District 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to call y'all and talk to y'all and tell you what they're trying to do. One of the best jobs an African-American have in this city with a pension and a union. And don't let them motherfuckers do this. Bye.
All right. Mad enough to cuss over the fact that the public transportation may improve. Public transportation may improve in Mobile, and it's got somebody out there cussing and sputtering like that. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hey, good evening, Uncle Henry.
Cliff, you are live on the radio.
Hey, Uncle, that was funny. Hey, you know another thing that the left is complaining about, Uncle Henry?
What?
That they had a budget for the military and they was feeding, they were buying surf and turf for the soldiers.
Yes.
You know, when I think it was Enduring Freedom when we was over there working for Halliburton, they fed those soldiers good. They had steaks of maybe an inch and a half thick, Uncle Henry, ribeyes and shrimp and crab claws, Alaskan king crabs. They had.
Hey, Cliff. These. I'm sorry to interrupt, but these men and women in our armed services, we're at war, and some of them are going to die, and we're going to complain that we're going to give them a ribeye. You know, that is it's disgusting that they would complain about this when some of these people aren't going to be able to come home. It's sickening.
Uncle Henry.
Yes.
Now they didn't mind putting these illegal gang members and all of these fucks up in $300 a night hotels and giving them money and all this kind of stuff.
Yes. Hey, Cliff, I got to go to break. Do you want to hang on?
Yes, sir.
All right. Outstanding. Oh, the second half of this hour is going to be starting off on the right foot. We'll continue with Cliff after the news break.
Watch for a crash going west on Africa Town Boulevard between Conception Street Road and the I-165 service road. And very slow on Highway 98, heading northbound in Daphne toward Highway 90. Watch for a crash just before I-10. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by Aleve. Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches and pains hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News. Mobile firefighters are working to figure out what sparked an overnight house fire that injured 2 people and left their home a total loss. Crews got the call this morning on McLaughlin Drive and found flames coming from a single-story house. 2 people made it out. One was taken to a hospital with minor burns, the other treated on scene. Firefighters say it started in the living room. In Atmore, one of 2 suspects wanted in a gang-related shooting is now in custody. The U.S. Marshals Task Force, along with Walton County deputies in Florida, arrested Emily Long in Santa Rosa Beach on felony warrants. Long is one of 2 men accused of spraying more than 30 rounds on a public street after a block party on January 19th, injuring 2 people. Police say Long and Nathaniel Crenshaw both played active roles in that shooting and have been warning the public for months not to approach them. Crenshaw is still wanted. In Baldwin County, hundreds turned out for the annual Special Olympics celebration. About 425 student athletes signed up for roughly 1,000 events, supported by some 300 volunteers. Special Education Supervisor Leanne McPherson says it's their day, a big moment for students with disabilities, their families, and the community. One athlete, Alice Ellis, said she was really excited to compete and loved hearing everyone cheer her on. Organizers say all the hours of work are worth it just to see the smiles and celebrate the students. I'm Cameron Taylor with Fox 10 News on this iHeartRadio station.
This is News Radio 710 WNTM.
A federal judge is blocking subpoenas that were served against Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell by the Justice Department. The subpoenas were related to a probe into the management of the Fed's billion-dollar renovation. Judge James Bossberg said a mountain of evidence suggests the government served these subpoenas on the board to pressure its chair into voting for lower interest rates or resigning. The DOJ plans to appeal. The United States is reportedly sending a Marine Expeditionary Unit to the Middle East. That's according to multiple reports citing U.S. officials. The reports say the unit with 2,200 Marines and 3 amphibious assault ships are sailing to the region. The deployment would provide assets for ground operations if ordered. This comes as Iran continues to target ships in the Strait of Hormuz. The 98th Academy Awards takes place Sunday in Hollywood. Sinners is the most nominated film in Academy Awards history. The vampire film has 16 Oscar nominations, including for Best Picture and Best Director. I'm Rob Martier.
Tallahassee, get ready. PBR Florida State.
So the movie Sinners, a vampire movie, is the most nominated film in Oscar history. Now, what that tells me is that all the other movies this past year were horrible. It had to be, right? Doesn't that have to mean that all the other movies were horrible? No offense to that movie. I haven't watched it, but come on. All right, let's see. Back on the radio with Cliff here in about 2 minutes. Let me see if there's anything I can... Well, first let me see if anybody's still watching. Yes, let's see. Bama Big Man, Ben Griffin, Larry Morting, Chuck, KP, The Love Freak 69. Thank you for watching, Love Freak 69. And 68-year-old Chris, the person claiming to be Pat Nelly online. Pat Nelly, thank you, or person claiming to be, thank you. Yes, all the wife's, this is the wife's taste. This is a Dr. Seuss tie. I don't know what the, I don't even know that you can tell because of the green screen behind me. And I don't know what book it would be from because I'm an adult. And as an adult, I do not read Dr. Seuss on a regular basis. Not yet, anyway. All right, back on here in about a minute. What can I tell you? Is there anything I can tell you about? Today is World Sleep Day. I'm convinced that was created to sell mattresses. It's also National Good Samaritan Day, a day to do something nice for others. All right, back on here in about 20 seconds.
Like really reassess everything. No, we do not need to reassess deporting millions of illegals who don't have a right to be in the country.
Weekdays at 11 on News Radio 710 WNTM. This is News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM. Telephone number, if you'd like to call the show, 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. And Cliff has been holding. Cliff, thank you so much for holding. You are back live on the radio.
Uncle Henry, one of the cruelest things that I think the Democrat Party has done, I know a lot of people that have never been on a plane, and you could come across that border illegally. They'll give you a phone, not an Obama phone like they were giving us, a good phone, a check, and a plane ticket to go anywhere in this country you wanted to without ID.
See, and what? Yeah, I mean, and as you point out, a lot of Americans have never flown. It's too bad they didn't give them a plane ticket to anywhere they wanted to go outside of the country.
Yep. One place they did, they sent them to Martha Vineyard, but they didn't last but a day there. You know, Martha Vineyard called itself a safe haven for, you know, like New York. It was supposed to be a state where they could come. But they got them out of there faster than they did a black family at a Klan rally. You have a blessed day, Uncle Henry.
Cliff, thank you very much for your phone call. And you have a blessed day. Well, Cliff always tells me he's too blessed to be stressed. 251-479-2723, the telephone number here on the Uncle Henry Show. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. That's unclehenry@iheartmedia.com if you'd like to send me an email. Now, I got an email from a listener on a topic I've never gotten an email about, and that email is about coyotes. We have had discussions on the show several times with longtime caller Buford, where he was explaining how he is trying to trap coyotes that are coming onto his property. And I think you may find this email interesting. So let me go ahead and go into the Uncle Henry Show email inbox. Subject line on the email is coyotes. Email reads, Dear Uncle Henry, thank you for your efforts to help the citizens of the Mobile area to learn more about the coyotes. That canine species was probably in North America long before man appeared by crossing the Bering Land Bridge. Coyotes have always related to humans by staying a safe distance from them and observing. Wile E. Coyote was the perfect name to give this resourceful animal. The earliest record of the coyote in cave drawings and pottery often depict the coyote as a deity. The Native Americans of the Great Plains often referred to the coyote as the trickster. He can shift his nature to mimic humans and even time shift with magical powers. He's used in ancient stories to educate young people with his observation of humans. The Native Americans felt that the spirit of the coyote was constantly watching them and even mocking them. Now, I'm pausing the email here just to say, the way this person is writing the email, it sounds like they're trying to tell us that we should feel very blessed that Mobile is being inundated by this gigantic invasion of coyotes. But let me get back to the email. The email continues. It reads, the coyote's ability to observe and to learn from experience has been the key to their survival in the face of loss of habitat and the attempted annihilation by governments, which labeled them as predators. The U.S. government and state governments have spent hundreds of millions of dollars to eradicate wolves and coyotes. They were successful with wolves, but have never been able to suppress coyotes. They're smarter than wolves. Coyotes simply move on to new territory. They now are established in every urban location: Los Angeles, Chicago, New York City, etc. They usually follow creeks and waterways and hunt at night. They have been seen traveling on railroad bridges and have been found hitchhiking on trucks. If you are interested in learning more about these fascinating animals, I recommend the book Coyote America by Dan Flores. This Louisiana native spent his academic career studying animals such as the coyote. Hint of the week. If you are a model citizen and have an open compost heap, you will have rats and mice. They are the preferred food of urban coyotes. Coyotes will visit your property if you don't bother them. They won't bother you. And that email sent in by Andrew Duke. Andrew, thank you very much for your well-written explanation of the background of the coyote. Now, I don't know if this was intended to make me feel better about being invaded by the coyote, but actually it makes me feel even more nervous about the coyotes inundating Mobile with their presence, because you've established that they're somehow involved with the occult. You've established there's some type of mysticism or occult, or could be demonic. There's something going on here on that plane of existence as well. So now I'm even more nervous about the coyotes. If they're known as the trickster with magical powers. See, now I'm even more worried about them. But Andrew, outstanding. And if any other topic you want to email me about, please do, because I can always use an outstanding email like that on the Uncle Henry Show. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. That's Uncle Henry at iHeartMedia.com. Now, see, after learning that the coyote is possibly a figure of the occult, I feel like I need to play a voicemail that came in earlier today, just as a palate cleanser. So here, let me cleanse the palate mentally, the mental palate cleanser, after we heard about the demonic nature of the coyote. Let me share this voicemail.
Psalms 113, verses 1 through 3. Praise the Lord. Praise, O servants of the Lord. Praise the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord, from this time forth and forevermore. From the rising of the sun to its going down, the Lord's name is to be praised.
All right, thank you very much. 68-year-old Chris of West Loxley sharing scripture on the Uncle Henry Show. A wonderful palate cleanser after all that. And as I heard that verse, it popped into my head, that the email that Andrew sent said that coyotes prefer to eat mice and rats. So if you can just get rid of the rats and the mice around your property, you're going to have less coyotes. All right, see, unless the trickster magical deity coyote figures out a way to nullify your rat poison or nullify your rat traps or whatever, who knows? But again, thank you for that voicemail, 68-year-old Chris, helping me realize. By the way, if I get rid of the mice and the rats, am I going to get an email from somebody going over the history of the species of mice and rats, telling me that they're beloved in many cultures? Jerry Mouse and Mickey Mouse. Why would you want to get rid of the mice and the rats? Because Mickey Mouse and Jerry Mouse, everybody loves Jerry Mouse. All right, well, I'm up for better emails like that. All right, coming up, there's more show after the break.
From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
And we have an accident on Mobile Highway at Steeplechase Boulevard in Pensacola. And heavy congestion is developing west on I-10, beginning just past Theodore Dawes Road. That is due to an accident just past March Road heading toward Ramsey Road. Also, we have heavy congestion due to an accident being cleared north on Highway 98 just before I-10 in Daphne.
This report is sponsored by Aleve.
YouTube viewers, thank you for viewing on YouTube. I do appreciate that very much. Let me take a look. See if there's anything I need to know about going on in the chat room. First, I must once again activate the desktop computer's YouTube. And yes, I'm impressed that so many people would watch, even though it's a Friday. Let's see. Oh, Chuck was stalked by coyotes. Chuck, I'm glad that you defended yourself from the coyotes. Bama Big Man willing to control the coyotes. See, Chuck, the common sense you bring to the chat with your comments on other things coyotes eat. Thank you, Chuck. What a wonderful thing. And Spencer Smith saying that he watched the movie Sinners and doesn't know what he thought about it. I'm trying to remember, is there a movie in the last few years that I saw that, I know I have seen movies in the past that I thought, I didn't know what I saw. Well, let me see. Is there anything I can tell you about while waiting to go back on the radio? Buck Ease is in the news. The Better Business Bureau has given 33 Buck Ease locations an F rating, and the reason is that there's no phone numbers for Buck Ease listed on the company website, and that they do not respond to customer complaints. And the Better Business Bureau also angry. They say they're alleging that Buck Ease has told them they would not answer complaints forwarded to them by the Better Business Bureau. So Buc-ee's they don't care about the Better Business Bureau. That is how a business has to be either really low rent to not care about it, or they've got to be so big and so successful and that's the case with Buc-ee's, of course. They're so big and successful, they don't even want to take the phone call they don't even have their number on the website. All right, what else can I tell you about? I'm going to jump into the weird news. I can't, because of the insomnia thing, I can't remember. I already looked at the weird news today and already forgot it. Let's see, there's a man. Where does this guy live? Clearwater, Florida. Roberto Maldonado was arrested for stealing lap dances. He went into Rain's Gentleman Club in Clearwater, Florida. The price point for a lap dance was $40 and a $50 review fee. His tab was at $650. He got 15 straight lap dances. Would have cost him $650, and then he refused to pay more than $50 total. So they called the police, and he's got arrested for stealing lap dances.
This is News Radio 710, WNTM, an iHeart radio station.
This is the Uncle Henry Show. News headlines coming your way in 10 minutes here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Telephone number 251-479-2723. I've got a few stories, a few news items to share with you before we go into the news break at the top of the hour. Let's see, here's a story from Fox News that I've been wondering about. I saw this yesterday and I didn't read beyond the headline, so I'm curious about this myself. The Pope has approved a new Vatican document warning Catholics against cosmetic surgery.
The Vatican Theological Commission report approved by Pope Leo warns that advances in cosmetic surgery are creating a cult of the body and a frantic search for the perfect figure, always fit, young, and beautiful, creating a conundrum where the ideal body is exalted while the real body is not truly loved, a source of limits, fatigue, and aging. The Catholic Church teaches that humans are created in the image of God, so Catholics should avoid cosmetic procedures to feed their vanity. It's part of the Vatican and Pope Leo's deeper reflection on technology, warning against a future where AI risks escaping the control of human reason, and humans might choose to get mechanical implants to become more like cyborgs. Therese Crowley, Fox News.
All right. So, to my Catholic friends, the Pope advising against cosmetic surgery for vanity. All right. That does go so much against modern culture, doesn't it? Modern, they're right about the cult of the body. It's out there. In fact, we're in a weird time where there's a lot of women in their 20s that have procedures done and end up looking older than women in their 30s. Hello, caller.
Hi.
Hey, you are live on the radio.
Hey, I want to be like Chris and read you my favorite Bible verse.
Okay, please read me your favorite Bible verse.
Proverbs 5:19. Let her be as a loving hind.
Now, wait. What? Start over again. I can't understand you.
Let her be as a loving hind.
Where in the Bible is this verse, please?
Proverbs 5:19.
Proverbs 5:19.
It says, let her be as a loving hind in pleasant roe. Let her breast.
Hey. All right, look. I know it's in... Look, please. I've only got a few minutes left. in this hour of the show? Can we not? Can we just keep it? I don't want any. I know it's. Look, there might be a parent forcing, or more likely a great grandparent forcing a great grandchild to listen to this. If we can just not use the B word. I know it's part of the human anatomy, but we don't need to have. There's no reason to talk about anatomical parts of the body. Not on this show. This is not a medical show. 251-479-2723, the telephone number here on the Uncle Henry Show. I got another news item I want to share with you. In the town of Stuart, Florida, there's a case about red light cameras, getting tickets because of red light cameras. And Judge Stephen DeLuca in Stuart, Florida, dismissed the photo-enforced traffic citation that was being contested by a defendant. The judge agreed with the defendant, who said that Florida's red light camera law unconstitutionally requires the registered owner to prove they were not driving instead of requiring the government to prove who was behind the wheel. They're saying that this violates due process. You're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. And the judge agreed with this guy, saying that unless they're actually seeing you in the vehicle, it might have been your car, but you might not. But it might not have been you driving it. So the judge tossed the case. All right. See, I hate people running red lights. I know that's horrible, but I'm very against being ticketed through cameras and things like that. I'm very much against any kind of red light cameras or speeding cameras or anything like that. So I'm glad. I'm going to have to look up this judge and find out what else he's been up to. I hope he's not a weirdo. All right, just about out of time in this hour of the show, but there is more show coming up. I want to check and see what has the legislature been up to this week. So I'm going to get into that and a few other things as the Uncle Henry Show continues after the top of the hour news break. If you would like to listen to previous episodes, like last Tuesday, we had 4 Mobile City Council members in here. You want to listen to that show or other previous Uncle Henry shows, they're available as podcasts. You can find the podcast on the iHeartRadio app. Just look up Uncle Henry Show on the iHeartRadio app. And the app's like a car radio now. You can set a preset for the podcast and the radio station. Back after the news break with more show.
Tallahassee, get ready. PBR Florida State is taking over Doak Campbell Stadium March 13th and 14th. See the toughest bull riders.
YouTube viewers, thank you very much for looking at the show. I hope you have a pleasant weekend and a pleasant tomorrow. And Monday, I believe there's going to be a brand new show Monday, but no video. There'll be no video Monday. So video resumes Tuesday on YouTube. Again, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful, pleasant weekend.
Tired of biased news and woke TV? Stream Truth Plus from Trump Media. Free non-woke news and patriotic entertainment. Upgrade to the Patriot package featuring Newsmax and Great American Family. Go to truthplus.tv or download the Truth Plus app today. Make TV great again.
Shh, here she comes. Surprise! They sent a duplicate shipment to your flower shop. Now you have to pay for 1,000 extra carnations. Also, there's a beehive outside your store, and they're super aggressive. There's thousands of them.
Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise, saving 13% on commercial auto insurance when you pay in full.
Also, the egg salad you just ate was expired. Gross.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
I'm Chad Pergram with the Speaker's Lobby. President Trump says he won't sign any bills until Congress approves the SAVE Act. That's the bill which mandates new voter ID requirements.